Hey guys, I'm Dan.
And I'm Bob.
And this is the Board Game Rundown. Today we're looking at Watergate by Capstone Games, designed by Matthias Kramer. This is a 2-player game. It says it plays the 30 to 60 minutes. Completely accurate.
Yeah.
I would say, depending on how thinky you want to get right.
How many times you want to quote.
Yeah, I might have been doing that. I might only know 3 quotes, but I know how to say them over and over again.
Yep.
So this is a 2-player only game where one person takes on the role of the Nixon Administration. I did for this game, and one player takes on the editor. Also, you can just think of it as the news, the media, right? But you're known as the editor, right? And in the game, we have asymmetric win conditions. I'm trying to complete mine, and Bob is trying to complete his, and they are pretty basic. At the start of the game, we're going to have a momentum token and the initiative token set right here in the 0 spot, along with 3 random evidence tokens. Now, Nixon, we'll say still me for this case, gets to look at the 3, and I know what evidence is out there, right? So here we have a yellow, a blue, and a blue and yellow mix. That counts as either, right? So I get to look at these, and then I place them face down here. We also start with our cards. This would technically be facing this way to face the Nixon player, but, for ease of you guys, we'll show that like this. There is an initiative one. The editor starts with the initiative here. They are the ones trying to hunt down the information. I'm just hiding, right? And then they have their 1 to 5 thing here. So, to play the game, we have asymmetric decks as well. Sorry, there's also an end of round marker, and these guys, which you'll see some on the board here, they all start off of the board, and these are the potential witnesses? It's potential something, but yes. Anyway, so we start with our decks. These decks are shuffled, other than your main card. Your main card will start in your deck, so take that out. And shuffle these cards. Then, the initiative card, you'll see, says the editor starts with initiative, so he draws 5, and I will draw 4. The makeup of these cards is pretty basic. There are 2 things you would do with them. The first one is the easier one. This top left section here, which let me get the right terms for you guys. I'm not trying to mislead you. This is called the value. If you're using it for its value, then I will move anything 2, or move anything 4, or move anything 1. That's what that number means. Now it shows what I get to choose, either one of the markers. So I can choose to move either this 2, or one of these 2 if I play this. Now you'll see this one is green. That means I can move only a green marker with this. That's important because I know which ones are out there and Bob doesn't. So if I wanted to play this, let's say green is getting really scary over here, which we'll explain later, I might play this, and now I have to reveal one of these that is green. None of them are. I will play the one yellow. Now I have to reveal one that's yellow, and I slide it that many spaces towards my side. If it ever reaches the 5 marker, you gain it instantly and add it to the board, which we will cover later. The other thing you can do with the card, there are also, I guess, wilds. So you see that one is all 3 colors, and there are some... no, there's none there are 2. That's the tokens.
Correct.
Sorry. Then we will play these cards. So we have a hand of 4.
Yep.
So I will play one. If I don't use the value part, you use the bottom part, which is called the action part. There are 3 types of actions. There is events, which we both have.
Yep.
Every event I saw, and I'm pretty sure when I went through the deck, every event gets discarded
Once you use it
after
for
it's
the
used,
event effect.
Except I did have one in my deck that said I could remove a conspirator instead to keep the event. So
Nice.
I don't know what's happening to that guy.
Yeah.
I don't really want to go
Under
into
us.
So if I use this for the event, which in this case is on the research track, move 1 evidence token 3 steps. So since it says that, I could move the face down 1 3, right? Because it just says an evidence token. Then the round ends immediately, right? And then we would go to end of round. So that's kind of how the event works, and then this card would be out of the game for good. There are also, in my deck, conspirators. Only I, as Nixon, have conspirators. These are people that just have pretty cool effects. Again, if you're into the history here, these are all real people. They have quotes at the bottom from these people. I mean, hell, we'll go into the rule book later with components. So this guy, I would just use his effect and put in the discard pile. Bob then has...
Journalists. There. Bob Woodward. That's the one I actually heard of. But yeah, and they have one-time effects that you can then play and either like take tokens out of the bag and put them down right away, or move certain things certain directions. But then they go to my discard pile to be used again later.
They are basically just my conspirators. My conspirators are his journalists, right? The mechanic-wise, they work the exact same. So we play one card back and forth until neither of us have any cards left, and then we'll go through round end. With round end, the first thing that happens is if there are any tokens still face down here, they go out of the bag. That evidence was never found. Luckily, it goes back in my my building that no one broke into.
Find it next time.
Then, if the initiative marker is on one person's side, they take it, and that is just because the card will rotate the white part towards whoever has that token. Then the token will be removed in a very soon step. Then, momentum. If it is 0, it just stays there. Nothing happens. If it's on one person's side, let's say it's on my side, then I would gain this and put it there. You'll see I already have 4 here. Obviously, we both start with 0. Then place a new momentum marker here to start a new round, and the Nixon player draws 3 of these, puts them face down after looking at them, all that, and we start over again. So next, how do you win? Well, Nixon is actually really easy, a bit stressful, I think, but I played him. But I just have to get 5 momentum. You'll see starting here I have 4. Obviously, the game would start with you with 0, and you slowly gain them as you accomplish having momentum on your side. Same thing, by the way, with the tokens. If it ever reaches 5, you instantly gain it. And once Nixon reaches 5, the game instantly ends and he wins. Bob, you want to explain your little thing there?
Yeah, so what I had to do is, amongst my cards, I also have events that will bring on the informants. Once I put the informants on the board, I can then create an evidence trail leading from the informant up. I have to link 2 informants back to Nixon in order to win.
And you might be wondering, also on your 3, 4, and 5, you get cool events,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, so as I gain more and more momentum, like I'll get to do cool things. I get to pull evidence out of the bag and put it down here. I can remove face-down evidence that he's trying to use to block me, or I can also just take one of them on here and flip it straight over, which would have that would have been bad for you.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
And you might be looking at this because we haven't explained this yet and think this looks kind of complicated. How do you even do this? It's so basic. Basically, let's say the round ended right now, right? And I have these 2 on my side. This would get flipped if it wasn't yet, and I would collect these, and then in initiative order, people place all their tokens. So this round, Bob would have none, but let's give you one. Do you have one over there? Here.
Yeah, I have this yellow-blue one.
Yeah, there you go. So Bob has initiative order, so he would go first. Go ahead and place that somewhere.
Well, this was the last one we placed, so I would, obviously try to put one here on this yellow spot because I'm trying to link all the evidence back.
And then I, as Nixon, am trying to not let that happen. So I would look at the board, say, I have a yellow, meaning I must place it on yellow, and I'm trying to figure out how can I stop him from connecting this. Actually, with that move, you just won.
I did.
But that's
but
fine.
I didn't have that
let's
guy.
say that's there. So I put them face down. So I would do this, and I am blocking his route. This is a spatial element, almost abstract strategy-ish, but like really light, kind of thing going on here.
But it's great because it's like the actual evidence board where you've got the pins and the needles,
and
you're trying to
hiding
string.
the evidence and trying to make your path as convoluted as possible. Yes, but that's the win conditions, guys, and that's how you play the game. Next, we're going to cover components.
What's in the box?
Okay, so Bob, I'm going to go to you for this first. What do you think about the components of this game?
I really liked them. I like the fact that they steered clear of any colorblind issues, right? They've got blue, yellow, and green.
And black and white photos.
So no problem there at all. The initiative and the momentum are super easy to tell apart. Like the bag, I like they come in a bag. I don't like having to draw tiles, right? Like shuffling tiles and make draw stacks. No, get a bag. The bag's fine. It's very functional. There's literally like no insert to this, but I don't really think it needs one because there is, so little. The cards are nice, a little oversized, makes them hard to sleeve, but I mean, you're not really doing a lot of shuffling. We shuffled once. I think
we each shuffled once.
Yeah, we shuffled once, so that's not a big deal. I do like how they're nice and chunky bits. The tiles are nice thickness to them. Pretty good components, I would say. Nice small. You read the rule book, I didn't, so I'm not sure how it was laid out for you. But
yeah, I can start with that. I thought it was a great rule book. There was one thing I was a little confused on. I had to look for a while because I wasn't sure where it was, but it was such a basic rule. I just wanted to make sure I had it right. It's not like I didn't know what I was doing. I was just like, this is what's going on, right? But just a really basic rule book. And as a matter of fact, laced about color stuff. It even says at one point, it says if you're looking for more specifics on the types of actions, read the green sections of the actions part. And it literally tells you to read these, right, and stuff. So that's fantastic. And you might think this book looks kind of big. Starting here, so there you go. Starting here, this is all just card overview and background information. This is lore. This is who these people were, what they did, stuff like this, how this relates to the actual events. I mean, look at this. This just looks like a newspaper. Once you get to the last couple pages, I love this rule book and a very easy to copy and print size.
Yeah, it's a great size.
Bob, if you wanted to make player aids, I don't think it's necessary, but you
Correct.
could. I also, something that you didn't really say, you mentioned
The round summary is great.
Oh, the round summary is really good. We kind of did rely
A
on
little
that,
bit.
even though it's so basic. We did kind of rely on that. One thing I also wanted to say, you hinted towards it earlier, but for being so basic, I love the art design of this game. I freaking love it. I love that these are the folders coming out as you're getting
Paper
these things.
clips
I
on there.
love the newspaper clippings stuck to the wall. I like the back of my cards, this confidential, and you have newspapers. I really like how they did, and it, it's perfectly thematic for the time and everything. They knew what they were doing and they nailed it. I mean, a good quality bag all around. I'd say above average, good components. I wouldn't ask for anything else.
Yeah.
Next, we're going to give our final thoughts and we're going to review this game. So let's see you there.
I had a really good time.
So, final thoughts, Bob. How would we rate this game if we were going to rate it?
So the way we typically rate games is we're each going to give our own opinion on it, and that way, if you like games that I like, you can go by my rating, or Dan's, you can go by his ratings. But then we're going to average them together, and we'll put that average on BGG and all the other forums so that you can see what the Board Game Rundown gave it as more of an average score.
Sure. Final thoughts wise, I'll say I love this game, and this might be my favorite 2-player game I've ever played. I'm not big on 2-player games in general, so you can take that with a grain of salt if you wish. I really like Seven Wonders Duel. I liked Fox in the Forest. It didn't blow my mind, but I liked it, and I don't think you even have to play that too. It's just because there's Fox in the Forest Duel. But there's a couple games I'll play at 2 players. For the most part, this is a hobby where I play. I do the hobby to play with friends,
Right.
And with low player counts, even if the game's amazing, I just don't get the same feeling out of it usually. And I loved this game. I had heard good things about it. I like the historic theme and all that, and the espionage.
Yeah,
and
I like
and
that
the
too.
political. I like all that going into it. And I walked away just so happy. Again, probably my favorite 2-player game I've ever played. And I'm just going to jump in with my rating immediately and say I'm giving this a 9.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy this game. It's not that expensive. And if you like this kind of theme or the type of gameplay we explained, I highly suggest checking this out. But we'll see if Bob kind of
Agrees
rains
with
on
you?
my parade. Yeah.
I'm not really going to rain on it. I did enjoy it too. It's one of my favorite 2-player games that I have played. I did enjoy it. I love the political aspect of it. There's some other political type games that have come out that I think I'd like to try as well. But I love when they take a game and make it specifically for a player count, right? And so that way it's balanced. It's the back and forth. You don't have to worry about spoilers or kingmakers or anything like that. I think I'm gonna give it an 8.5. I've been thinking about it. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I want to play it some more. I want to try the next side because man, I was so close to winning for so long, and then I just couldn't get that last little bit of evidence.
I had
and
some
he almost came back and won.
Situations come down to stop you.
Yeah, yeah. So that makes it easy then. So 2 of us, we average all of our scores, all of our scores together.
All of them, every single one.
A 9.
A 9
That's
out
pretty
of 10
fantastic.
for this game.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get the other guys to play this
Yeah.
and see if they like it as much. I don't know. I know Tim plays a lot of political games.
He does.
And Spencer plays a lot of strategy, games.
Mm-hmm.
So like these kind of smaller abstract strategy, but that's just an element of it,
Yeah, like the spatial element.
That's another thing, by the way.
Give and take.
Super weak for spatial elements.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that about me.
Yeah.
I can't help it. The second we started manipulating this board, I was like, oh,
that's very cool.
and the other big positive, the second I knew this game was going to be rated high for me is because we were 2 rounds in, and every single time I would read a card and I would see what it was doing. I would go, fascinating. I kept saying that word. It just really brought that out of me, guys, and I hope you can get from that too.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it, guys. 9 out of 10. I hope you guys enjoy this game as much as us because we were blown away. But yes, from the Board Game Rundown, thank you for joining us. I've been Dan.
And I've been Bob.
And this was Watergate. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for checking out the Board Game Rundown. If you like what you saw, like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Share our videos on social media and spread the word. We publish new content weekly, including reviews, unboxing, and Let's Plays. And as always, thanks for watching.